Hello YouTube. Today we will be scrapping this Palm Pilot PDA. And basically PDA is short for Personal Digital Assistant. Basically it allows you to write down notes during lectures and check the calendar, do basic internet browsing, but you cannot use any kind of plugins like Flash or Shockwave, fortunately. So it's really only made for the business person. I found this thing on the street. Someone gave it to me actually, and I was like, cool, free Palm Pilot. But then opened it up, like, oh, that's great. But the first thing I noticed was the screen. I don't know if you could see that, but there's an obvious break in the LCD display. So then I was like, oh, okay, that could be an easy fix. Let's see if it turns on. The power button's up there, but nothing. So that means it's broken. It's just dead. So basically, all we can do with this thing is just scrap it and get its electronic parts and value out. So basically, first thing you want to do is it came with a AC adapter and a USB connector. So we're going to go in here, remove those two connections. So now we have the Palm Pilot by itself with all of the connections. So hopefully this thing will focus when I zoom out. Okay, excellent. No. Ah, dang it. Freaking hate when this happens. Alright, sorry about that. It just wanted to not focus, so I had to zoom out and zoom back into the same intensity. But anyway, so like I was saying, slip off the edge connectors, which do have gold plate on them. Put them into your gold plate container. Just something to hold your connectors. There's a USB connector, which does have gold in it. It's very hard to see in here, but there's just a little bit of gold. And then you got your actual thing for the power connector. And voila. Look at that. So these two can be processed later. You can just break it apart yourself and get the gold plated I guess steel or whatever metal it's plated on, and process it yourself. Also, don't forget to cut off the wire that leads to the brick AC adapter. Put that to the side. You can break it up and you'll find a transformer in there, because it says on here, yep, actually it's a power supply, so it's gonna have a big transformer in there, but it's also gonna have some capacitors and possibly a resistor or two, and maybe some inductors. We can crack this thing up in another video. Anyway, so this whole thing is some wires. Put that in your wire pile. So now on to the main Palm Pilot. So you need to remove the cover in order to get access to the interior. So you just simply slide that off, and voila. This piece, this main is just trash except for the edge, which is steel. So if you want, you can remove it or just throw it out with your plastic, which actually in this case it is plastic and not steel. So this all goes to trash. So now on to the good part, the PDA. So in there you got Torx bits, 4 of them. So you get your Torx bits screwdriver here, and sorry about that. This always happens every video. It's a thing to look forward to. So I'm going to undo all 4 screws. first one's done. Screw number 2's done. On screw number 3, don't let us down. There we go. And our last screw. I think it's last screw. Not too sure. Oh yeah, just be aware that my videos tend to be longer because I like to actually show each and every step. So if you don't like long videos, you really shouldn't decide to watch my videos because they're quite long. So my previous video was over 30 minutes long, or around 30 minutes. So there we go. So we've removed all 4 screws, and this back cover should pop right out. But there we are. We're going to see what actually makes this PDA tick. There we go. So it appears to be some gold plating. I don't know if you could see that. It's just trace amounts of gold plating. But anyway, also the thing that connects to the speaker also has some gold plate as well. So we're gonna pop out the speaker connectors because that does contain gold. Oh, and look at that. It just came out right with it. And so inside here, the speaker will have some copper wire. Just lift off the plastic. And there's a little ring of copper. This rest of this is steel. Just separate that. Some more plastic. There's some copper. Little to no copper in here actually at all. So now we got ourselves our battery pack. This is a lithium-ion battery pack, as with most electronics. However, beware if there is a lithium polymer battery. If there's a lithium polymer battery, it's pretty scary stuff. You don't want to mess with it. Just look up lithium polymer battery explosion. It's scary stuff. That's like a firework, I swear. It's like smoke and sparks and fire. I mean, it's just, it smells horrible. It's really bad for you. It's a very dangerous fire hazard. So don't touch lithium polymer batteries. Don't even take one apart. Heck, don't even drop one. If you drop one, leave it outside for until it actually goes off, because these things are like loose cannons. They will go off instantly, almost instantly, within the next few hours. But anyway, so there's some copper foil, which can go with your copper. And so we're left with this piece of metal. There we go. There's pieces of steel and more plastic. So now we got ourselves our battery pack. Snip that off. And what I like to do is I like to take apart the top part. Since it's a lithium ion, I'm really not worried about anything, any chance of it exploding, because there is a small circuit board as the battery protection unit whenever it actually is working, so that doesn't become unstable. There we are. You see what that is? A circuit board. So this circuit board can go with your mid-grade. It's just tiny. And yes, it is safe to undo this. Things you're not touching both contacts at one time. That's the danger about these batteries. Anyway, that's just your battery, which goes with your hazardous waste, or your e-waste, which in this case, this is my e-waste container. Stick that in there. I talked about an iPhone the other day. It's just a cover, front panel with the screen attached to it. Okay, so back to this circuit board here. You just undo these screws. Well, not screws, I'm not talking about that cover. And remove this wire. Mid-grade. So back to main deal here. So this will attach to the either the screen, the digitizer, or the little buttons at the bottom. So all I gotta do is just lift up on the connector. It comes off like that. It's basically like a cell phone. And do the same on this one as well. Now, look at that, it just all comes right off. So there's a piece of plastic. Looks like some brass items. And looks like the dock and connector cable assembly. So just gonna get out our flathead, go in here and remove it. And so there's some plastic. After we remove these brass screw ends, they'll all be plastic. It's very easy. Just get your little wire cutters, grip hard, and pull out. It can be tricky though, but once you get rid of all the plastic, it's very easy. There we go. We'll clean this up later. Repeat the same on the second brass standoff. Oh gosh dang it. There's another brass piece. And our third piece of brass. That actually came off clean. That's what a clean piece of brass looks like. Plastic. So now you just got your, let me just move this over so we don't have to worry about it anymore. So this is just your main circuit board. Looks like that's the sensor at the top. I don't know if you can see that. There's two little bumps. That's your sensor. And it just pulls right off. So there's our main board. Put that to the side. And our screen. I don't ever leave the screens behind, ever. Because there's often hidden circuitry underneath this plastic here. I'm just going to peel off this cover here. Would you look at that? Hidden circuitry. Moral of the story, always check underneath paper and things that appear to be just bare underneath. Always check underneath them because you can find hidden things you never even knew existed. So, trash. Now I'm just going to remove this here, we're going to remove the digitizer. I think I'm aware that the digitizer does contain some silver. I mean, it's a contact pad, so it should contain some silver. That's just a guess, though. So, that's the digitizer assembly. Put that to the side with your silver, just in case. And there appears to be more stuff underneath this container, because there'll usually be a big piece of gold plate underneath the connector. Well, where did it go? Okay, there it is. So just working our way across. Gosh dang it, why doesn't it stick anymore? It's really already getting that old that quick. Okay. So, there's our second part of the digitizer assembly. You just peel this right off. There we are. There's just some silver in there. And there's some steel. Now, here, be careful around here because there can be some nasty stuff. So we're just going to peel this back again. And just peel that off. As you can tell, some glass, so be careful, but there's some extra gold. It just appears to be white on the camera, but it is actual gold. It's just very flashy gold. So we put this in with our treasure. There we go. There's some gold plate. But that's not all. If we pull that up, out, got some additional gold plating. Pull this back. Put that to the side with our gold bearing wire. Now we will remove this additional back panel here. I'm going to do some diffuser sheets, which are pretty neat. Some of them make the image stronger, some of them make the image more blurred out. I don't know. I really don't know about the science behind screens, but I do know they contain precious metals. Some people do say that indium screens, like some of these screens contain indium. I'm not too aware of that, and I don't really care. So this is gold, it's gold. All I want is the gold, pretty much, and silver. But anyway, so this part is steel. And you got yourself some LEDs. So we can just pull up on the LED backlight. And if we pull back on this, you'll see what I mean. There's tons of screens. Well, there's only one that time, but it's very unusual. There's another one. This piece needs to go with your hazardous waste. But here, there appears to be no gold. So this part can go with your wire, or I'll just put it with my hazardous waste. So, there's a little gold plated edge connector, so save that. Same as that too. And now we got ourselves our board here. Appears to be the cover, appears to be soldered on, so I'm not going to mess with that. But if we flip it over and move this backing, would you look at that? We got ourselves some Motorola, an Interferon, or Infineon, I mean, as well as Samsung here and there. This is considered to go with your cell phone because there is gold plate on this board. Save it, collect it, and when you have enough, sell it, or just process it yourself. Because there's lots of chips, it means lots of gold to be had in this board. So that's about it for this teardown and scrapping of this old Palm Pilot PDA. But one last thing, the buttons. If we pull back on the buttons, remove the buttons. Well, actually the connector for your power and your input, which for some reason does not want to come off. Or we just remove these buttons here. Protective sticker. You can see there is some gold plate, so this will be put to the side and processed separately. This is the last thing we're doing on this board, is removing this sticky backing covering a piece of aluminum. But yeah, so this you want to put to the side. Oh, that makes it so much easier. Okay, anyway, there's some aluminum, and there's some gold plate connector. So that's all I have for you guys. Hope you found it awesomely interesting, and I hope this will help you in your journey when you scrap PDAs. So, without further ado, thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.